You can see a huge gap in men's salaries versus women's salaries.
In the medical field?
Yes.
I honestly, I'm calling cap. I think if
but
there's...
women are
caregivers.
Hold
on. I think if there's a male doctor and if there's a female doctor, if they have the same degrees and qualifications, they do the same kinds of surgeries, and they work the same hours, I would be willing to bet they're making the same money.
Yeah, because they can pay the women less.
No, they can't. If there was a hospital that had listings for surgeons, and there was a female surgeon and a male surgeon, and they were doing the exact same job, but they were paying the woman way less because she was a woman, she could probably file a lawsuit against that hospital and sue them to high heavens.
This girl is just repeating the same nonsense that she's heard from other people. It actually hurts my ears to hear her trying to speak her way through the nonsense that she's saying, because she's not even saying it with conviction. The fact that this person is more than likely in college, more than likely gets in what they call higher education, and more than likely going to vote and cancel out the vote of someone who's actually smart is frightening.
Americans were also cannibals. Did you know that fact? Did you educate yourself on the fact?
All Native Americans were
cannibals? So should we just assume that it's natural for us to be eating humans because Native Americans were cannibals?
I really think that don't apply to what I'm asking.
It exactly applies to what you're asking. You're saying that you found a piece of historical knowledge, which I would genuinely love to fact check, that there were trans Native
names?
Americans of their trans names. Yes.
Lozen, Datese, Haskinkla, Oshtish, Wehwa.
These were trans Native Amerians.
Yes.
Okay. I think what you're saying is that they probably found some that they thought that they had different spirits, because we know that Native Americans were incredibly spiritual. There's no question about that.
Which spiritual? You believe in God?
I do believe in God. Yes.
So
that doesn't make me believe in trans people. That doesn't make me believe that you can switch your parts. I don't believe they were performing surgeries. And you can let me know, but I don't believe that in Native American history they were performing surgeries trying to switch their genitals because they thought that they were born in the wrong body.
There were people that felt that they didn't belong in the binary genders that we have.
Okay, so you're talking about somebody in the history of Native American history had a feeling that they were, and now you're saying that they're trans.
I'm just saying, I don't think you're really addressing what I'm asking. I'm saying that
I think I've addressed it like 20 times, and you're just not wanting to hear it because you want to believe that there were trans Native Americans that were chopping off their genitals.
You think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed.
I also think there's a repression of black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the African American.
It's very sad to see the mentality that white liberal women have towards black people. The way they were speaking in this video just goes to show you how they think of you, and yet they will be the same people to claim that they are not racist. They'll be the same people to say they're trying to understand, but yet they were speaking of black people as if they are little children.
Do you know what makes me special? I'm a queer. And I'm a witch!
He shouldn't. Stop recording, please. He can't hear. He's deaf. Nah, he said as a part of his pronouns, he's cam/lens.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Language we use matters. Being specific is important. If you care about the truth. I refuse to participate. I'm not adopting your language. I'm not respecting your preferences. You don't own reality. You don't own grammar. You don't own definitions. You're not important enough to provide me with an instruction manual on how to talk to you. Are you kidding? How important do you have to think you are?
And everything he said is fact. The woke and the ABCD want to control and complain about everything and then claim that other people are oppressing them. It's very ironic that the people who want to control language are the people who complain about being controlled. Make it make sense.
Nick, what do you do for a living now? You work for the Biden administration. Is your job to wake them up, or what's your job? There's a war! Okay, what do you do for the Biden administration? What a shit show of a job you have. I can't believe you admitted that in front of all these people. You have the freedom to lie. You could have said you were a hooker and I would have been proud of you. What do you do?
I travel to southern states.
You go to the South and try to sell them on Biden? You're fucking retarded. What the fuck? What are you talking about? That's your fucking job? You go, hey, listen, I know you guys like Trump, but Biden, I mean... Wow. Are you ready to be unemployed or what's your vibe?
Before we get back into the video, I need everyone to turn on their post notifications so that you get notified whenever one of my videos come out. Like the video as much as possible, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter at YinkaThatGuy. Let us get back into the video.
Black people kill black people. They don't come out and do this crap. The only time they do this crap is when a white person touches them. They're the racists. It's wrong for a white cop to kill a black person, that's for sure. But if it matters, it should matter at all times.
So what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? You're not here to fight injustice. You're here to cause drama.
It's not about blacks. I am black. I'm not oppressed. I am free.
Good for you. That's an individual person. What about a systemic issue?
I do what I want. This is a country where you have the skills. You want to do what you want. You do it. Stop forcing on people to accept that they're oppressed. They are not. I am not oppressed. Violence is wrong, period. It's not about blacks. The blacks kill blacks in black neighborhoods every single day. I've never seen a Black Lives Matter in those neighborhoods.
Why don't you start?
I'm not carrying anything saying Black Lives Matter. I know I matter.
Once you realize it, you can't unsee it. But it's funny how white liberals complain about how black people are oppressed and woe is me and I'm a victim and black people are victims of everything. Yet they're the same people who will tell you and sell you your victimhood. It's very interesting to see in today's day and age, people are selling you being oppressed.
Hello, Navarro. Suck any good lately. What's wrong, Navarro? I think you like a big in your mouth. Ha ha ha. 23. The other boy. Here it is. What's the educational benefit of talking about them? Is that going to help someone on the SAT score? She can care less. That's a sign. She needs to put down her sign. For a second. Oh, you're putting me out. For what? For asking you to abide by the rules. A board member held up a sign, but the audience couldn't hold up signs. This is tyranny, and we're dealing with a corrupt government system.
We need more people like him to call out the nonsense that's going on in the world today. If this is being allowed to be shown to kids, we need to start questioning what is going on. In today's world, you do things like this, they'll say that you're judging me and don't judge me, love everyone. These people have their own contorted version of love, and this is really not love.
Are your granddaughters?
They are 6 and 8.
Would you support them to get hormone blockers to become the other gender?
I would absolutely support them to get hormone blockers. The idea of one of my granddaughters learning that they're going to start having their period if they don't get their hormones blocked, even though they're identifying and portraying as a male. How horrible that would be. So yes, definitely.
If your granddaughter came to you and wanted to get a tattoo, what would you say?
That would be more difficult. I always told my 3 sons the one thing I ask is please don't get tattoos.
Really? Why tattoos?
There's just something so permanent about it.
Permanent?
It's pretty permanent. It's very difficult to get them lasered off or removed.
You don't think it's like permanent to change your gender?
This famous document is about the rule of
Yes,
law
can you come to...
and standing up against an
Yes,
abuse of
receiving
power. Our government is
Can you
breaking
come
its
to my
own
Jakarta, please?
laws.
As a Christian,
Yes,
I am
sir, can you come to...
compelled to do all that I can
Can you stop doing that, please? Stop filming, please, eh?
to
Can you stop doing that?
alleviate
Stop doing
the
that, please.
appalling suffering that's
come to
coming
my
down
Jakarta,
the
over,
line
please.
and is here already.
Can you stop doing
Whatever
that,
it
please?
takes,
Can
whatever
you
the
stop filming,
cost.
please? Can you stop doing that?
So we must
Stop doing that, please. Did you hear me?
just stop
Yes, sister,
oil.
can you come to my Jakarta, over?
We must just
Stop oil.
I don't know if this was a skit or if this was real, but if this was real, I wouldn't be surprised with how people are acting in today's world. There is absolute madness going on, and there seems to be some sort of woke mind virus going on in these people's brains where they engage in the nonsense that they engage in.
I am a proud member of the Democratic Socialists of America.
I would ask why you didn't do the Pledge of Allegiance here tonight.
That is something that I have chosen to not partake in.
Counting today, I've seen 2 other times other than today that I've seen you literally giggling at it in the back, and I witnessed it. I didn't appreciate that.
Are you aware that the DSA on their website supports repeal local ordinances to criminalize people involved in sex trades?
No, I was not aware of that.
Okay. Are you aware of the 2 ordinances we just passed, the hotel registry ordinance and the spa ordinance that kind of...
Yeah, I was aware that those were going on.
So defunding the police to completely $0, is that something you support?
I would support things like, you know, I would support things outside of necessarily investing in our police.
And the defund the police, it actually goes in to say that the police should actually work towards the 0 budget. Do you believe that they should have no funding whatsoever as stated?
I have no comment on that at this time.
So yes, usually silence is assent. Okay.
Wanting the police to be defunded to 0, that's extreme.
And when LGBTQ plus kids are already at an increased risk of suicide, it adds to be on top of that. Like,
maybe it's just me, but when I see the blue hair or the rainbow colored hair, I begin to question things that are going on. It seems like all of this dyeing of hair does something to their brain, or maybe some of the chemicals that they put in their hair to dye the hair seeps into their brain, which leads them to say the nonsense and believe the nonsense that they believe in. But that's just me.
You don't know who did this shooting, by the way, the Super Bowl shooting.
We have some idea.
What?
If it were a white man shooting, we'd know.
Well, we don't know.
That's how we know it's not a white man, I can tell you that much.
You think they were repressing that reporting?
They wouldn't tell us about the transgender woman that shot up the Christian school for what, like a year? San Bernardino, out here. The crazy terrorist Muslims? That's when I first noticed, they're not telling us who it is. It's not a white male. The longer they go without telling you, it's not a white male.
Okay, well, for right now, as of Friday night, February 16th, we don't officially know. You know you have special powers.
When I watch videos like this, I really begin to appreciate critical thinking. And to me, it's not even critical thinking, but to a lot of people, it would be critical thinking because a lot of people do not think like this. So therefore, it's critical thinking. And I applaud it.